Sup guys, it's Alex here and welcome to another edition of the Bracketology update. Before we get started, I just want to go ahead and give a quick update on the YouTube partnership program. My channel is currently going to be demonetized if I do not get to 1,000 subscribers by February 20th. We've already got that 4,000 hours of watch time, and since I created that video a couple of days ago asking for your help, we have made it up to 779 subscribers. We were at 720 whenever it happened. So I need your help in order to get to that 1,000 subscribers. And in return, there will be NCAA tournament tickets. Go watch that video for more information. And so now after that, let's go ahead and get this thing started. So Joe Lunardi has released his new Bracketology on January 22nd, which is today. And there are some pretty big movers. St. Mary's is up to number 8 after beating Gonzaga. Seton Hall is down to a 6. Texas Tech is down to a 4. Florida moves up to a 5 seed along with Kentucky, who they beat over the weekend. Xavier's up to a 2. Wichita State's one of the biggest losers of this week. They're down to a 5 seed. Nevada is actually up to a 6 seed. And Florida State's at an 8 seed. There's a couple more movers and stuff. I'll be going to the Nashville site in March for the NCAA tournament with JRED52. So as of right now, I'd get to see North Carolina versus Pennsylvania, TCU versus Alabama, and then we got Xavier versus Florida Gulf Coast, and then Rhode Island versus Missouri. And I'll be there for all 3 sessions. And so yeah, that's going to be fun. And let's go ahead and go to the voting. If you guys have been subscribed to me, you know that I create a Bracketology every time there's a Bracketology on Mondays and Thursdays on Brackify.com. If you're new and want to subscribe, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Leave a like if you want to do that too. There's a link for this bracket in the description. I'll go ahead and put that there. And what this can do is that you can go ahead and vote for who you think will be moving on in the NCAA tournament. You don't have to wait for the tournament challenge. I am the only person on YouTube creating these brackets and all that, doing all this stuff for you guys. And so let's go ahead and go into it. I'll go ahead and give a little bit of my analysis for you. I think that Villanova is going to beat the winner of North Carolina A&T and Wagner. That's pretty obvious. I think Miami, Florida would beat Arkansas to move on. Florida would beat the winner of Boise State and Houston. And then Texas Tech would beat Vermont. I think that Seton Hall would beat the winner of Syracuse and TCU, which I think right now would be Syracuse. And then Ohio, it's not TCU. I don't know why I put them in there. It's supposed to be SMU. My bad. But I think SMU would beat Syracuse, but then Seton Hall would win that. Then Ohio State, the hottest team in the nation in my opinion, would beat Bucknell. Then I think Alabama would beat TCU. That's where TCU is supposed to be. North Carolina and Pennsylvania, I'm going to go with North Carolina there. Duke versus Radford, going to go with Duke. Then I'll usually go with Texas, but since St. Mary's beat Gonzaga last time, they got a National Player of the Year candidate and Jack Londale. I'm going to have to go with St. Mary's moving on there. Then this is actually an upset pick right here. Out of the 11 people who have voted so far, 6 people have picked New Mexico State to win over 5 people picking Kentucky. I'm a huge Kentucky fan. This season has not been going too well right now. We don't have any leaders. It's all freshmen. We're the youngest team in the nation. But I think we would be able to beat New Mexico State, though that could be an upset pick as well. Then Arizona would beat Belmont. I think Middle Tennessee would lose to Creighton. Most people think Middle Tennessee will win. I think Creighton is being undervalued there. Oklahoma would beat Montana. Louisville would beat USC. And then Michigan State would beat Kansas, or however you say it. Purdue would beat Arkansas Pine Bluff. Then I think that Butler would beat Florida State. Tennessee would beat Buffalo. Then I think Cincinnati would beat South Dakota State. Providence would upset Arizona State. Clemson would beat Wright State. Then I think Marquette would beat Gonzaga. Kansas would beat Drake. Then we got Virginia beating Hawaii. Then I think Michigan would beat Texas A&M. I think Michigan's a bit undervalued there as an 8 seed. Wichita State's going to beat Louisiana Lafayette. Auburn's going to beat East Tennessee State. Notre Dame's going to pull off the upset there against Nevada. West Virginia's going to beat Northeastern. I think Missouri's going to pull off the upset against Rhode Island. And then Xavier's going to beat Florida Gulf Coast. Then for a spot in the Sweet 16, we got Villanova versus Miami, Florida. Going to go with Villanova moving on there. Florida will beat Texas Tech moving on as a 5 seed. Ohio State would beat Seton Hall. Then this could be an upset pick right here. You know what? I'm actually going to go with it. I think Alabama's going to beat North Carolina. That's a pretty hot pick right there. Not too many people are going to agree with that, but Alabama's been known to catch fire. They're kind of an inconsistent team, but so is North Carolina. I think that Alabama pulls off the upset there. Then Duke beats St. Mary's. Arizona sadly beats Kentucky. Oklahoma beats Creighton. I think that Louisville actually wins against Michigan State here. I've been picking Michigan State to win the national championship in like my first 5 brackets of the season, but I don't know who they are as a team right now. I think Louisville's going to win there. Purdue will beat Butler. Cincinnati will beat Tennessee. Clemson will beat Providence. Kansas will beat Marquette. Virginia will beat Michigan. I think that I really want to pick Auburn there with Bruce Pearl, but I'm going to go with Wichita State with Marcus McDuffie and Greg Marshall. West Virginia is going to beat Notre Dame. I think Missouri is going to pull another 10/2 seed upset there moving on. Then for a spot in the Elite Eight, we got Villanova versus Florida. I'm going to go with Villanova moving on there, with Ohio State moving on to face them. Duke will beat Arizona, and then Oklahoma will beat Louisville. Purdue will beat Cincinnati, and Kansas will beat Clemson. And then Virginia will beat Wichita State, with West Virginia beating Missouri. Then for a spot in the Final Four, I'm going with Ohio State with the upset over Villanova. Duke moving on past Oklahoma. Purdue beating Kansas, and then Virginia beating West Virginia. Then in the Final Four, we got number 3 seed Ohio State versus the 6 seed Duke Blue Devils. I'm going to have Duke moving on there. And then, man, this is a tie right here. 4 people picked Purdue to go to the national championship game. 4 people picked Virginia. I'm going to go with Virginia and their stout defense moving on there. And then Duke versus Virginia in an all-ACC national championship game. I got Virginia moving on there. So there you have it. That's my January 22nd bracketology. I'll be sure to put the link in the description for you guys to go ahead and vote. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. So please subscribe if you're new. I need to go ahead and get those 1,000 subscribers. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Share with your friends. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.